Hi everyone! Today is Kara's Cancer Corner, and what we're going to be talking about is getting through your diagnosis with dignity. Ladies, gentlemen, it is very hard, but we can do it. We can do it. So if you've seen my last videos, I am going through cancer treatment for breast cancer, and I'm currently going through a treatment cycle where I'm doing 6 cycles of chemotherapy, and then I'll be doing 6 cycles of Herceptin, and then I will either do radiation or I will have a double mastectomy. And right now I am in cycle 4 of my chemotherapy, and chemotherapy is just awful. It's awful, it's uncomfortable, but really in my brain it is not as bad as I had thought it was going to be. Like, I keep thinking of, I think the movie is Philadelphia. Is that the movie with Tom Hanks? If it's not, you can tell me what it is. But I just think of this, really thin person laying on the floor, and and you're just emaciated, and you can't eat, and you can't drink, and you can't walk, and you can't do anything. Well, that hasn't been my journey. If anything, I eat everything. I have gained probably 10 pounds since the whole thing started. And I didn't even know that was an option. You think cancer, you think sick and frail. I am fat and fabulous. Well, okay, I'm going to say that, but I'm really not that fat. But in my head, I've just gained more weight than I thought was even possible. But through the treatments, kind of what you realize is that each treatment is very individual. It's very individualized to your type of cancer and what you're going through. And so it's hard to prepare yourself for it. And my first chemotherapy, that was probably my hardest, because I didn't know what to expect. And I got headaches, and I was nauseous, and I was tired. But it was more my stress and anxiety than it really was, I think, my treatment. Because your first one really should be, for me, the easier of all of your treatments, and they progressively get harder and harder. Well, fast forward to now I'm in my 4th treatment. What I really deal with is I have a really bad, really sensitive stomach, and so the chemotherapy really makes my stomach really nauseous and sick, but I don't really throw up or anything because they give you tons of drugs for that. With me, it's the drugs that they give you for the nauseousness makes me really constipated. Like big boulders in your butt constipated. You can't go to the bathroom no matter what you do. I was taking stool softeners. I was doing prune juice. I was doing hot salt water. Anything to get my bowels to move. And I couldn't get them to move. And so finally, about day 5 for me, I get really, really sick, where I can hardly keep myself up, where I'm having just either throwing up or having diarrhea just over and over and over and over again, to the point where I lose most of my fluids. I become dehydrated. Well, just recently I had to go to the emergency room because I was so dehydrated that I fainted. Okay, I'm gonna tell you a little bit about this story. Don't tell anyone, please. It's awful. It's awful that I'm even going to say it out loud, but hopefully this will help somebody else. So I had gotten so dehydrated, I had to call my husband into the bedroom into the bathroom, because I could feel that I was getting really woozy, and I was on the toilet going to the bathroom, and having diarrhea, and he had to come in and hold me up because I told him, I'm gonna faint. You help me, I'm gonna faint. So then, he's helping me, and I feel like I'm in and out, getting ready to lose consciousness, and I tell him, put me in the bathtub because I can't hold myself up anymore. Put me in the bathtub. Well, I lose consciousness, I black out, and what I've been told after that is it's awful, but it's kind of funny, but it's really, really awful. So I'm in the bathtub, and, I'm just pooping, like poop is going down. The good thing is that I'm finally pooping. Bad thing is my husband is in there freaking out because he's like, oh my God, when you die, you eliminate, and you poop and you fart and you do all this stuff. So he's thinking I'm in the bathtub dead, and he is freaking out. And it's not funny because it's hard, but if you know my husband, like, he's really stoic and nothing gets him, and he doesn't, if he cries, it's because, he's at his wit's end. And he calls his sister. So his sister comes over, and now she's helping. I don't think they've called 911 yet. Like, they think I'm dead in the bathtub. I don't know what they thought they were going to do with me, but I'm in the bathtub, poop everywhere, and 911 has not been called. So his sister comes, and his sister is like, okay, you have to call 911. So then 911 calls, he calls 911, and the fire department comes and all of that. But, it was in the middle of the night, so I'm just in a shirt. I don't think I have anything on my bottom at all, or pants or anything. And, there's all these people coming into our space. So, first rule, when you're getting ready to be sick, or when you're going through this, have a plan with your spouse or with whoever's taking care of you. That if you get to the point where you can't take care of yourself and they have to call 911, they need to do a couple of things for you. Please clean you up while they're waiting for the emergency personnel to help you. Have a pair of shorts or something that you can put on so that you can keep your dignity, ladies. And then have a bag, have something ready so that if for any reason you need to go to the emergency room, it has important things like your ID card, your medical record card, your medications that you're taking. All of those should be in one easy, accessible place that you can go. Have a phone number that you can call if you have a young child that needs, that somebody's going to need to take care of, or you're going to need a babysitter. Somehow, thank you. I have to thank the Lord for this. It's a miracle. We had all of this commotion. My son never woke up. He was asleep during the whole time. But my sister-in-law had the wherewithal to say, okay, wait, fire department, firemen, just give me a second. Let me hose her off. Let me put some shorts on her, and then you can take her. Because I wasn't at the point where I was going to die. Like, I was starting to come back. I was just really dehydrated. I'm saying if you're getting ready to die and it's a life or death situation, who cares about dignity? Save your life. But I don't think that that's where I was. So, in order to keep a little bit of dignity when you're going through something that's really embarrassing and really hard, is, a couple of things that you can do. Tell your loved ones, wash me off if you've thrown up, if you have, if you have food, or if you have something on you. Put some clothes on you so that you're not overexposed. My vajayjay would have been all over this county if it wouldn't have been for my sister-in-law. Thank you, Tamel. I love you to death. And then have a bag ready to go, because those are the things that you don't think about when you're in the spur of the moment. But you can have dignity with diagnosis.